Last month, we challenged ourselves to completely renovate this 47-year-old caravan in 30 days. And you guys, we failed the challenge.
Disaster.
I know.
But we did it in 32 days. We're going to give you a full tour now.
Let's go.
Are you recording?
I'm recording.
We're recording. Bert's done, guys. We absolutely smashed it. Oh! I've never worked so hard in my life.
Even construction days.
No, that was harder.
Huh.
It was insane.
Well, I guess with construction, you got a day off a week at least, didn't you?
Yeah, but there was just no days off. My brain is sizzled. So we'll start outside. We did the paint in the original colour that Bert was when we got him. For those of you that are new here, the caravan's name is Bert and that caravan's name is Myrtle. I know.
Or Mert.
or Big Mert. We just love the colours of the old vintage caravans. It's so aesthetic.
Yeah.
Is that the word? Yeah, so we just love it. So we kept it like that. We resealed all the windows, resealed all the J-rails. When we bought the caravan, it was sealed, but I just did it again just for peace of mind. We got a sticker on the front there. You can't go travelling without one of them on there. We put this nice tower rail here, and I ended up keeping this pipe down here as well because it actually holds all the awning poles that the caravan came with. So we'll keep that for the storage for those poles. Little thing as well is Bert's actually going in a couple days to get his drawbar reinforced because I just want to do that for peace of mind. There is a bit of rust in it, so we're going to fix that all up and do it properly. We put a new hitch on it because the other one was absolutely destroyed, and we just put a Elco jockey wheel on there. If you were following along, you'll know we needed one of them very badly because it caused me to hurt my back, which still hurts today. We put new lifters on. I think they were 45 kilo lifters all round. We couldn't pull the tent down before we put the solar panels on. So while we're on the solar panels, actually, we've got 600 watts of Renogy solar panels on the top, bringing in about 40 amps, I think it is. We've seen about 41 amps coming in, which is great. We've got our solar lead running down here into the roof, and we've actually got some yellow paint there, Megan, we didn't.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got to fix that. And we ended up putting on the canvas that came with the caravan. It's brand new, which was a big score for us. I also installed a lockable water inlet here for our drinking water. And another cool thing that we did is we actually changed Bert's tyres and rims to 14-inch rims and 185 size tyres. We also did the wheel bearings for peace of mind, and we flipped the springs so the axle's on the bottom now, which lifted Bert just a little bit more. That's the biggest issue we had with Myrtle, our bigger caravan. We would always bottom out. So flipping these axles has made a huge difference, and we're really considering doing it on Myrtle. We've got a grey water tank at the front, and we got a 52 litre drinking water tank at the rear. We don't plan on travelling in this full time, so it wasn't designed with the idea of going off grid for weeks at a time. So 52 litres of drinking water is absolutely perfect. If you come around the back, there's not too much happening outside the caravan. It's just, we did a paint job, put new canvas on, tyres and rims. We got this bar here which holds our spare tyre. I've got to paint this actually. I reckon we should paint that.
Yeah.
It's just primer at the moment, I forgot about that. Million things on our minds throughout this build.
Oh, I've just noticed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got to put one of our stickers over that. And I've done all new window seals around the whole caravan as well. All locks on the windows, all perfectly working, except for two, which we won't talk about. Should we go inside and show them the good stuff?
Yeah.
It has turned out better than we could have ever imagined.
So good.
Megan has designed Bert, in my opinion, amazingly. Look at him, guys.
Can you actually believe this compared to where we were 4 weeks ago? Because we can't believe it. We're in shock.
It's insane.
It is so beautiful and so cozy. And
Ouch, I
don't
just hit my head. This is terrible.
Except for that one thing.
But anyway, where do you want to start?
Where should we start? Let's start with our kitchen. So we ended up staining this bench top that we put in that last episode, and we stained all of this, and it's looking beautiful. So we'll start with our upper cabinets here. We are just using this as sort of like a little snack cupboard, and then we've also got all of our drinking glasses and mugs here, which I always love when things just slot perfectly. So once we put that one in there, you guys will see
it's perfect.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So that, I don't know, that sort of thing in van life just makes you really happy. One thing that we are going to be doing to this cupboard though, just to add a little bit more security, is add like a little strip of wood here, just in case these go flying. I was sort of hoping.
Oh, they don't even fall out.
Well, if they're a little bit wider,
yeah,
it would have been fine. But
anyway,
we just do the little wood. So
talk about your little coffee station.
You just need to do what you can to make things feel really homey when you're on the road.
$12 from Good Sammy's. How good?
That is what is going to make talking about this build really, really easy, because with the furnishings, we got this from an op shop, and we got this from an op shop, and everything else Kmart.
Yeah.
So if you want to ask where we got anything to do with the furnishing, it is 99% going to be Kmart, and everything else is going to be Bunnings or Caravan RV Camping, and that's pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So that being said, we are going to be doing a blog post on our website of every single little thing that has gone into the Burt build. We're going to be calling our Burt build checklist or something like that, but we're going to have that up on the website for you today. So we'll link that down below, and you can go and have a look if you're interested in anything else in the build. So we've got our nice big sink here from Bunnings.
It's turned out amazing.
Which is all, does it work? We got no water, do we?
No, there's no water in the tank at the moment.
We also got this from Kmart, a nice little tea towel hook, just to bring the coastal palm tree vibes. We've got our Dometic fridge, which we showed you last week when we were installing it.
It's decent.
It can pack so much stuff in it. One thing we did notice, we had a comment from one of our Coffee Catch Up viewers saying it would have been better if we had the fridge door on this side, so you can have like easier access from the kitchen, which we do agree with. But when I was packing this yesterday, do you know how good it is to be able to sit down and pack the fridge? So now I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe we will swap it, maybe we won't. I don't know.
So there we go. And I installed this switch here as well for our water pump.
And also, if we decide we want a little bit more lighting, we've got a second switch there as well, which we're thinking perhaps we might do the same LED lights that we've got in Myrtle just here. But we did have all of our little mood lighting on last night, and it was surprisingly light. We've got lamp.
I love lamp. Do you really love the lamp, or are you just saying it because you saw it?
USB powered, and olden day lighting as well.
I love lamp. I love lamp.
It is quite bright, but probably not bright enough if you were cooking like really late at night. So yeah, probably do some more lighting there. Our tiled backsplash is another thing that we are very, very happy with. We found these, oh, there you go. Actually, I lied, because these are not from one of the 3 listed places. We got this from Facebook Marketplace, and also our rattan from Facebook Marketplace, and they were so lovely. When we had pretty much finished the caravan, we picked up some more rattan for down there, and we were like, do you want to see the caravan? And he was like, whoa,
he loved
that's cool. So that was a nice little confidence booster. But yes, the tiles turned out really, really good.
They're imported from Italy.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Fancy. Let's call him... I'm trying to think of it.
Roberto. Anyway, classic. Roberto.
I'm thinking too much at that. Okay.
It's not even funny. Anyway, continuing on.
From 30 days of working in the heat. So yes, we will see how the tiles go. My mum pointed out that it was very visible that we didn't line up the
You still can't see
tiling here.
But yeah, it doesn't line up right there. But
And
that's
then,
okay.
So
We'll hide that.
thanks to that, I went a little bit mad trying to think of how we were going to cover that up. So perfect.
Ta-da, you never know.
Our wardrobe, we have a full-size wardrobe.
I've actually put magnets on the doors as well,
Yeah.
which has been great.
Yeah, they work perfectly, and this fits just as many clothes as Myrtle does. Actually, all of our storage is pretty perfect. You can fit so much, it's really deceptive, and we haven't even used all of our storage, which I'll get to in a second. So clothes, toiletries, shoes, all fit in here amazingly. And then down here, we have got all of our cooking stuff,
Which is
and
great.
pantry, and also our Westinghouse induction cooktop, which we spoke about last week. So basically that just will go there, and that will just go there, and then easy peasy, put it on your bench, or go and cook outside as well.
And also quickly, my water pump I've installed down there, which has come up really nicely. We're only running cold water at the moment. We're probably going to install hot water and an ensuite shower outside, eh?
Yes, so that was something that we didn't quite get to in the 30 days, along with a couple of other things, but you know, he's done. He's perfect.
It's perfect.
So over here we have a single bed, so this will be nice for nieces and nephews or anything like that.
Or if I'm in the doghouse.
It's not quite a full single. It's the original sort of mattress that was here that I feel like a single bed would be here, and this is sort of
Yeah, it's
like
definitely
here.
smaller, yeah.
But it has come up really nice with the bedding anyway. And we've also got these curtains. This was a little shortcut, I guess you could say, because for Myrtle it was much cheaper. Obviously we went to Spotlight and we purchased our material, and then we got Mum to sew our curtains for us. Whereas this time, because we're on a bit of a time crunch, instead of doing the loops, we just bought ready-made sheer curtains and then we just cut them and then just stitch the bottom. And under here is where we have Jack's pride and joy of the caravan, the electrical system.
So we ended up putting a rattan face here, as Megan said before, just to let the electrical system have a lot of ventilation. And it turns out
Bang.
that's another thing we need to fix.
Yeah.
We're going to put a hook on the door. I've put the inverter where you can see it there in the middle, and it just so happens to be that the fans suck from the back of it and push the hot air straight out.
Oh,
so
perfect.
It's worked out perfectly. So here's our electrical system. Amazing. So it's 400 amps of Renergy. It's all Renergy gear. We got 400 amps of lithium battery, 3000 watt inverter, 40 amp MPPT controller, and a 50 amp DC-DC controller. That's what you use to charge from your car when you're driving. We've had the air conditioner on for a very long time. Most days when we've been working on in here, and it's been performing amazingly. We've been seeing 40 amps coming in. We're on 40% now because we've had the aircon going all day. But right now there's 30 amps coming in. So while I'm on camera still, we'll quickly look here. So originally we installed the canvas and we just screwed up the canvas straight to the timber. I ended up taking the whole canvas down with Megan's dad. Thank you so much, Steve. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. And we put these aluminium bars here. So now the canvas is really tight up against the roof and there's no air pockets, you know. There's no light coming through. So it's all sealed off and it's beautiful. And
you got the hose on it last night as well.
And I water tested it last night and no leaks. So what else can I quickly show? Well, all the technical stuff.
Do you want to talk about the aircon?
Yeah, so the aircon. For some reason, well, I think I know why. It's because we installed it correctly in this one. And this vent, if you put a piece of paper up against this vent when the aircon's on, it actually sucks it. Sucks the paper up. Well, not in, but it sucks it onto the vent. And that tells me that the air is circulating perfectly in the caravan, and you can really tell that it cools down this caravan so well. So that's a Truma Sapphire unit that we installed a couple videos ago. If you want to go check that out, we'll link it above. So we've got 3 vents around the caravan circulating the air. We've got the sensor for the remote here, right next to the bed, perfect. And we've got a USB-C and a USB outlet here so we can charge our phones at night and run Megan's little mushroom lamp there. And
80s vibe.
yeah, and then the heart of the whole caravan is up there on the wall, the Renergy 1 core. We've got all our inverter, solar panels, batteries, pretty much everything Bluetooth connected to it, and it just tells us everything we need to know. So it's actually a really good little unit. We built the bed so that we got a heap of storage under it. We haven't even used it. Like we don't even have enough stuff to put in here. But yeah, there's heaps of storage under there, and also there's heaps of storage under the chair, which we haven't even used. And there's a fire extinguisher under the chair as well, because that's something you really need to have in your caravan in case of fires, obviously.
So this is our living / dining area, which we got our foam from Clark Rubber, and thank you Mum for wrapping them up for us and sewing them in. She was like, I'm not happy with them, but you gave me too tight a deadline. We're like, Mum, honestly, they're perfect. Thank you so much. I already talked about the curtains, but I forgot to mention our rollers. So we have got blackout blinds on every single window as well, except for that one because we've got the flat thing at the front. And I also forgot to mention when I was talking about all of the lighting, we do have our underbench lighting as well, which you can change the colours just like Myrtle,
Ta-da!
which we love. This table, we were actually starting to stress about the dining room table, guys. We were like, what are we going to do for legs? We can't afford one of those like fancy hydraulic caravan table things. There's not much room. And then Jack found a workbench.
From Bunnings.
From Bunnings. It's basically just a plank of wood on folding legs. And we're like, oh my gosh, it's perfect. Spray paint the legs gold and put a little tabletop on it, which we stained as well. We did run out of gold paint, so don't look too close because you can still see orange under there and it looks really bad, but we'll get to that. So as you come into the bedroom area, we have also got a toilet under here. Which,
it's a lot of toilet paper.
yeah, that was supposed to go behind, but I got lazy packing. So this Thetford toilet fits so perfectly, and I have to tell them the story.
Yeah.
Because
It fits like a glove.
we had originally measured this slot here for an old toilet from the troopy days, which I don't know why we kept, and it was
Disgusting.
it was gross.
It was 4 years old.
And we had said we're going to replace that. It's just sort of like so we know how much space we need to allow under the bed for the toilet to slide out easily. But then we thought, you know what, let's just try the toilet from Myrtle. And it just slipped in perfectly.
With a meal.
It was the most satisfying thing ever that you could do on a toilet, honestly.
Guys, just before she talks about the bedroom, there is 11 pillows in this caravan. 11!
I need to just justify that actually, because as I was looking for inspo, I was looking at Airbnbs and luxury accommodations, and do you know what? The number one thing that they all have in common, like luxury, beautiful accommodations, it's cushions. So went all out with the cushions, and I think it looks very fancy.
Too many cushions.
So here's our bed,
It's brilliant, guys.
which I can't sit up very well. So it is a caravan double, so it's not quite as big as a double bed, but it's all good. It's really, really roomy in here. You don't feel claustrophobic with the wardrobe or anything like that.
No.
And just the light coming in is beautiful, and also because we've got the white roller there like in Myrtle, we do have the option to set up a projector as well, which is great.
There's actually a little bit of storage under this
Oh yeah,
bedside table as well.
that's what I was going to do for like books.
Oh, I
maybe.
see. Yeah.
Yeah, but then I also got this little tray here, so we don't need to worry about coasters, and you can have coffee in bed. And yeah, I think that's it.
That's it, guys. We did it. It's very hot in here.
Oh my
right now.
gosh, it's so hot.
It's incredibly hot. Well, let's jump out. Bert's done. 32 days it took us. Insane. I actually can't believe we did it. Hey,
I'm in shock.
I'm in shock. Look at them. Look at the two caravans next to each other. There and there. Mert and Bert. We need a creepy clown for Bert.
Yes, that is going to be our first mission, because as you can probably see, we have all of our stuff packed in here. So we're going to take Bert on a little shakedown trip, also so that we know if anything needs fixing or tweaking before anyone else goes traveling in it. So we're going to be doing that next week, but I also need to just give a little shout out to Jason and Nat, who
So
sent
cool.
us this months ago, because once again they were the first to know about our crazy idea to rebuild a caravan in 30 days, and they sent us that all the way
Yep.
from Tasmania.
So guys, that's it. We did it. We built Bert in 32 days. We just want to say a massive thank you to you guys for making this all possible. If you guys don't click on the videos, if you guys don't subscribe and like the videos, none of this would happen. A massive thank you to Ryobi and Caravan RV Camping. They are amazing. Thank you guys for supporting us and believing in us and making it come alive. It's insane.
I
eh?
know, and just the fact that again we said we've got this crazy idea and they're just on board. Yeah, you can do it, even when we did not believe that we could do it ourselves.
We did it. So we now have 2 vintage caravans. What the hell do we do with them? No, we're going to take Bert on a little getaway. We want to test it out ourselves. We're going to pass him over to the family, and they're going to get into caravanning, hopefully.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
then
that'd be great.
wait until you see what we've got planned with Mert, guys. It's pretty insane. So thank you all. We did it. We smashed it. We'll see you next week.
Bye.